All right, what's up, guys? Quick video. All right, I'm out watching a fight, out in the bar with my dad watching a fight, and a little disappointed in the fight. Um, I expected more. If you guys saw my prediction, the outcome is, was correct. I didn't think Joshua would knock out Parker, but I thought he would win. But I thought it would be a lot more explosive. There was no neither one of them really went for the kill. Both of them fought a pretty safe fight. Wouldn't say the fight was boring, but it was just, I expected more, especially for Parker. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because there was some point in the middle rounds, all right, maybe the eighth, seventh, eighth, or fifth to the eighth rounds, where I thought Parker was getting the best of Joshua a little bit, and he didn't really go for it. He fought it real safe, and I thought that there was a period where Joshua was a little hesitant, didn't look as confident, okay? In fact, this is the second fight that I've seen Anthony Joshua in where it was going to the later rounds, where he was fine in the early rounds, and then the middle rounds he was kind of tired, and then he picked it up in the championship rounds. So that's a good thing, If you gonna make it to the ninth, the 10th, 11th, 12th rounds, and you start to pick it up, that's good. That's good. I gave Joshua the last 4 rounds, maybe 4 or 5 rounds. I know going into after the eighth round was over, I had to fight 4-4. Okay, but after that 4-4, I gave Joshua the rest of the rounds. Okay, but I'm a little disappointed in Parker because it was a unification match, and he just fought a safe fight. He just went into survival mode in the last 4 rounds or so, and I'm kind of disappointed. I just expected more. I know you're saying you got a good chin and everything like that, but your chin really didn't get tested because Joshua really didn't land clean that much in this fight. You know, Parker did a good job keeping a distance and utilizing his jab and using a lot of lateral movement. That was good, but he didn't take any risks. He didn't really go for the win, in my opinion. There were times where he was having some success, but I just expected more from Joseph Parker. And um, Anthony Joshua just he didn't. Well, I wouldn't say he didn't go for the kill. I thought he was definitely chasing Joseph Parker. Okay, Joseph Parker was giving him some trouble with the lateral movement, like I said. But you know, this is not the fight that's gonna convince people that he is the best fighter on the planet. The best heavyweight on the planet. This is not the fight that's gonna do it. Tyson Fury is very serious about coming back this time. Okay, he lost the weight and he's serious about boxing again. And I just can't see Joshua beating this guy. I just can't see it. You know, um, and as far as Deontay Wilder, there's no way. Deontay Wilder, as I'm watching a fight, I'm looking at Anthony Joshua and I'm thinking about Deontay Wilder and what he would do in certain situations. And there was so many opportunities where I just said Wilder would have clipped him right there, clipped him right there. Joshua do a good job, a decent job, keeping his guard up and everything. But there's times you get tired. There's times where he's in close, and whether he's on the inside or whether they're coming out of a hold where his guard is down. Whether there was times where he had Parkers against the ropes, and his guard was down, and I'm just like, man, Deontay Wilder is gonna catch you, and it's gonna be the most awkward moment. This is why Wilder is winning these fights, because these better technical fighters keep getting clipped. We learned that in the Ortiz fight, and to be honest with you, based on that performance from both of those guys, I think Ortiz would have beat both of these guys tonight. I think he would have. I think he would have. That's just my opinion. You know. I think Ortiz would have beat Joseph Parker. You know, I think it would have been harder with Anthony Joshua round by round. But Ortiz landed those big left hands against Joshua. Joshua wouldn't have taken him as well as Wilder, in my opinion. You know, and this is no fanboy talk because you guys already know. I mean, I really like both of them, but I like Joseph Parker. I mean, I'm sorry. Well, I like Joseph Parker too, but I like Anthony Joshua. You know, but to keep it real, like I can't see him beating Wilder. I can't see him beating Wilder. You know, and I really don't know what he needs to work on because I feel like he's working on things, but it's not. Certain things are not really natural with him. You know, he's doing things right, but it's like textbook to a point where I feel like he's thinking too much. One thing I like about Wilder, and one advantage I think that Wilder has over a lot of these guys, is that Wilder seems to be so relaxed, even when he's losing. And that's what's the scariest part about him. When he was losing to Ortiz, for some reason, he just looked so relaxed. You know, even when he was losing to Gerald Washington, and I know that's Gerald Washington and everything, but when he was losing those earlier rounds, he didn't seem to really care. You know, he just knew the time was coming. And that's a really good thing for him. You know, sometimes that mental strength is better than everything. You know, it's just, I don't know. That mental strength is might be the greatest advantage being in that ring. Joshua, I just felt Parker could have done more. I think there was opportunities to do more. And there was a period where Joshua didn't seem as confident in those middle rounds. Um, so I don't know. You know, it was just disappointing fight in my opinion. Disappointing. But yo, anyway, I'm gonna go back inside. I couldn't get to hear the commentary. You know, I couldn't hear everything round after round because I was in a bar watching the fight. It's a lot of noise in there. But I'll get a chance to look at the fight again and probably post a video maybe Monday or so, Monday, Tuesday. You know how I usually do. Um, but I definitely want to watch the fight again just to see if I notice anything different, or maybe the commentary might have pointed something out that I didn't notice. But from what I've seen, Joshua is definitely the best, one of the best up there. I think he can beat everybody else. But when it comes to Wilder and Tyson Fury, I don't know if he could beat those two. You know, I don't think he could beat those two. And as far as Park is concerned, I mean, he's definitely still a top heavyweight. It's just that, just like before this fight, every time he stepped up, he didn't look as impressive. Wilder stepped up. I mean, not Wilder. Uh, Anthony Joshua stepped up and still looked impressive, still getting knockouts. I don't know what's up with Parker. I mean, I know you guys, some of you guys was leaving comments in my thing and my prediction saying, oh, you sleeping on Parker and everything. It's like, listen, I don't know if you guys been around, but I was one of the very, very few American channels doing reviews on Parker's fights when when him and Dillian White and Joshua were just prospects, and nobody was doing videos over here on Joseph Parker. I was definitely covering his fights way before a lot of dudes, just we talking 2014, 2015. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching this dude for a while. I'm disappointed in him because he was my favorite prospect, heavyweight prospect at one point, even more so than Anthony Joshua. I just thought he could have done more, but he seemed to not really want to go for it and risk getting knocked out. So I was a little disappointed in him. Anyway, I'm gonna go back inside. Yeah, have a good evening. Oh, Povetkin. I didn't watch the whole fight. I just saw the highlights of him and David Price. I've always thought David Price was trash. I don't know why. I don't even know why he's still relevant. No well, that is disrespectful. I can't say no disrespect. I don't like David Price. So, Povetkin knocked him out. I mean, who didn't expect that to happen? I know Povetkin probably is not on his superpowers anymore. Doesn't have his superpowers anymore, but he's still a very good fighter. He's still dangerous. And as far as him, I think he's ranked like high, like two different titles. I don't know if he's up for. I think he's up for one of Joshua's titles, or maybe two of them now. I don't know, man. If Joshua just need to fight Wilder now, man, because you keep playing around, and you think Gerald Miller is an easy fight. Going there with Gerald Miller and you beating him 5 rounds, 6 rounds in a row, he starts slowing down. This dude's gonna be all over you, man. You might as well fight Wilder, in my opinion. Fight Wilder now because you don't want to risk losing to somebody else and getting upset. That's why I hate when guys don't fight the guy that we all want to see. Might as well do it. But I'm gonna talk more on that in a Wilder situation because I kind of sat quiet through all this stuff with Wilder and Joshua in the last few weeks, all this drama, all this gossip. Kind of sat quiet through all that. Definitely we'll talk about it at some point. Maybe I won't. I don't know because I think it's silly. But all right, I'm out. Peace.